Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. So let's get into it. Yesterday, the tech side of stocks crashed. It's like over 500 points or something like that. And we should have seen it coming. Even though we're talking about tech stocks, the first signs that things were going to go bad, LVMH. When retail stocks take a nosedive, that's a sign that things are going to go bad. And things went really bad yesterday. You had Google not doing well, Google and YouTube ad sales not doing well. You had a few companies just do poorly. Tesla hit, took a hit, 12 points, down 12%. But Tesla being down was basically Tesla's own fault, right? Tesla took a hit. Why? Because Tesla was missing dates. There's only but so long before, people just go, we're tired of you missing dates. How about you get some dates? And there were a couple of pushbacks on there. So Tesla took a hit. Google's ad sales didn't make as much money as everybody thought it would. They took a hit. I think it was like 5 point something percent, something like that. But these are big drops. Nvidia took a hit in sympathy, they say. Nice. It happens. Microsoft took a hit. They were the lowest to get hit. They were only down 3 point something percent. So that actually says a lot. That says a lot about Microsoft's resilience and everything else. But I think all of these companies can make money. They make money. It's a matter of not making enough money. See what I mean? So in most cases, that's what it is. But that spilled over into the crypto space along with negative crypto pressure. Where did that pressure come from? Grayscale dumping ETFs. Well, not dumping ETFs, but dumping Ethereum, right? You had some pullbacks on Bitcoin, not from BlackRock, though. That's what I was alluding to in my crypto minute. So even though the Ethereum ETFs took a hit, BlackRock's took a minor hit. However, BlackRock on the Bitcoin side, you better watch. You better watch. Their game plan is ridiculous. Larry Fink's not playing games. He did not come to make friends. He came to make money. Wow. That's why I'm paying attention to it. That's why I'm paying attention to it. If I was going to buy a stock, it probably would be. It probably would be MicroStrategy, BlackRock, even Coinbase. There are a few stocks out there that I would definitely get into. Absolutely get into. Apparently, Hoseki and Metaplanet are getting together to form a new company as well, and that's going to be interesting. I believe it's to manage ETFs as well. So that's going to be very interesting. That's on top of SBI Holdings getting with Franklin Templeton. I want you to pay attention to Franklin Templeton. Getting involved, that whole ETF management thing. And the reason why I say pay attention to Franklin Templeton is because they are kind of putting on that brand that we are forward thinking. Not forward thinking just a little bit, but forward thinking a lot. I've been talking about them for a minute. Remember what I said? Who is it? Jennifer Johnson is the CEO over there. She said, listen, blockchain is going to be a savior when it comes to payments and settlements. They're already testing. They're already playing with Polygon and Stellar for those reasons. That's not small. And then to do this deal with SBI Holdings, and SBI is doing the same thing. SBI is deep into crypto. This is why I'm saying we should be paying attention to these things. These are opportunities that lend themselves to growth. Because the level of efficiency, because they're not just investing in crypto from a we just want to buy it, own it perspective. They're investing in crypto from a we want to integrate the technology perspective. That's when I start paying attention. Franklin Templeton is no joke. Same thing for SBI Holdings, and they're making moves. We should be paying attention to those moves. Privacy company, acutely focused privacy company, Proton AG, has launched Proton Wallet, self-custody Bitcoin wallet. That's interesting to me because they are acutely I'm gonna see if I can go get it myself because I just want to see what it's all about because they are privacy first. And we just had that conversation on the show last night. Me, Hutanik, a few others. We were talking about privacy last night and how you can get around it. People can track your wallets and all this kind of stuff. I want to see what Proton's wallet is all about. Very, very interesting. Very interesting stuff. Then you have, like I said, BlackRock's iShares, their Ethereum, their Ether ETF. Grayscale's doing what it did the last time with Bitcoin, dumping. When they moved that 500 mil, I was like, they're going to dump. And people were like, oh, don't think it's the same thing. I was like, no, it's exactly the same freaking thing. Grayscale's going to dump, and they're going to dump for a while, which tells me it's a planned thing. It's on purpose. I'm never going to give my money to Grayscale, period. Because I don't know who they're in bed with, but it's on purpose. So I'm sitting back and I'm looking at that and I'm kind of going, that's interesting. So they're going to dump. And I think on the other side, as a separate, could be a part of it, but I think it's separate. BlackRock is probably going to do the same thing with its Ethereum trust that they're doing with their Bitcoin trust, and have their other ETF, not trust, but ETFs, have their other funds, their other ETFs buy in, giving them exposure as well. So indirect exposure for their other ETFs, direct exposure for this ETF, and I think they're just going to wind up going on a buying spree. I think that's what's going to happen. They have enough money to do it, and I think they're going to load up. I really do think they're going to load up. Ethereum is not the same as Bitcoin, and people need to understand that. There's a scarcity to Bitcoin that Ethereum does not have. So then you're talking about something that is far more transactional. And people are saying, well, if you're going to be looking at an Ethereum ETF, the next ETF that's going to happen is Solana. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, sure? Would that be my choice? No, that would not be my choice. My next choice would probably be XRP. That one would probably be my next choice. Why? Fast, cheap, dependable network, resilient. What are the differences between the two? Dependable network, resilient. And I like Solana, so imagine. But my next choice would have been XRP. That would have been my next choice. Now, there's some whispers about XDC. So apparently XRP, two separate stories. So let's continue with XRP. XRP is supposedly given a nod to work with banks from a judge. Cool. That's actually a big deal. What's next? XDC is starting to make moves as well. Different tech, different everything. But I've been talking about XDC for a minute because XDC was supposed to be that banking tech. Guess what? I think they're starting to wake up. I think everything that they've been doing, they might be starting to wake up and starting to show their hand. That's going to be interesting to watch play out. It's going to be interesting to watch play out because there are a lot of players in that banking space, that financial institution space. XRP, Chainlink, Stellar, Polygon. Those are just a few. Those are just a few. It used to be a very small, quiet group. Everybody thought it was going to be 222 or ISO 222. It doesn't look like that's it. You have all these other coins that are getting into that space. Speed, efficiency, ease of use, meaning their APIs are good to work with. There's a lot going on in that space. There's a lot going on in that space. Again, not just from an investment perspective on I want to hold this digital asset, but from an investment perspective that I want to integrate this technology. That's what I'm going to be paying attention to. That's what I think is going to be incredibly interesting. Incredibly interesting. Right? But you know what we should do? Oh, there's one more thing. And then it's going to be over. Mt. Gox just issued the last of the payments. They just dispersed the last of the payments, so that's going to be working its way through the system as we speak. So then nobody will be able to talk about Mt. Gox. Everybody will be back talking about Grayscale and how they're creating downward pressure. Now let's get back to this whole stock thing. The reason why I was talking about the stocks is because if you look at how far the NASDAQ fell, that's not a correction. That's not a pullback. And some are using the R word. The R word, that's right, recession. Now, I want you to stop and think about this. A slight recession might be a good thing. I know there are a lot of people out there that are looking at me like I'm crazy, but a slight recession could be a good thing, because if you have a recession starting in July, August, when they drop the rates in September, which is all but guaranteed, done. The market's just going to explode. Because you're not just talking about one rate cut, right? Aha. Now you see where I'm going. So planned, unplanned, it's kind of like what they were saying before about jobs. More people out of work, probably a good thing for the economy. Strange, mathematically true. This could have the same effect. Markets take a dip, huge dip. PCE numbers expected tomorrow, expected to be not so great, 0 or not so great. So I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, yeah, I could see a recession for the next 30, 60 days. And then up because of everything that's on. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, you know what we should do now? That's right. We should check the numbers. So let's scoot on over. Hide this. Let's first hit the top 25 losers. Top 25 losers as of right now. Actually, you know what? It's not right now. Let's do this. Let's go get the new stuff. All right. Top 25 losers. Who am I paying attention to? Celestia at 74, down 11%. 11%. I'm just saying, these are the things that we're paying attention to. Pendle down 11%. I mean, everybody on this list is down double digits. Arbitrum 10%, Turbo 10%, Helium 10%, ZK Sync 11%. These are not great. These are not great numbers. And I'm expecting on the winner side, we'll see mostly losers as well. You might see negative numbers on the loser side. Yep. We're seeing the zeros all over here. Sats is up. There was a little bit of news about ordinals. Jitto is up. I mean, Sats is up 7%. Jitto's up 7%. I think that's going to be like weak as heck. XDC, we just got finished talking about them, up 2%. That means they're flat, because you know my 5% rule. You're not moving at least 5%. You're flat. So that means everybody's flat or 0 or negative. That is something to be paying attention to in a major fashion. In a major fashion. So, like I said, tomorrow we're expecting PCE numbers. PCE, core PCE, right? Fear and Greed Index is at 68. I'm expecting it to drop heavy. I'm expecting it to drop heavy. And when I say heavy, I mean like 40s, 50s heavy tomorrow. DeFi Llama down to 102. Total value locked. That's not pretty. We should be back. We're going to be back here. We should be back within my blue band shortly. It's currently at 64,000. My blue band goes from 57,686 to 63,719. I'm expecting us to drop even further down into the 63 range. Like deep. As long as we don't break this range, because remember we just did it over here. Right there. We came down a lot. That was not happy times. But that could happen again. To be honest, that could happen again. I think it would be a short time. And I'll think about that time frame as being possibly only until, my bad, keep it over here. Possibly only until September when the rates drop. That first rate drop hits, that's going to spur the market. That's going to bring a lot of things back. But the fact is, right now, people are not spending money on, luxury items. And I want you to stop and think about what we're calling luxury items. These are items that used to be luxury. The wealthy don't look at LVMH and call it a luxury item. See what I mean? But nobody's running out to go spend that. Restaurants have been taking a hit. Restaurants have been taking a hit, and I'm expecting that to move forward again. There was a guy on yesterday. He's the CEO of a company that owns a whole bunch of people. I think he owns Las Vegas Sands, something like that, and a whole bunch of restaurant chains. And he's like, yeah, we're feeling it. He goes, when you see French fry prices take a hit, you know things aren't good. He goes, we're not a fast food joint, but we do sell a lot of French fries. Taking a hit, period. When you look at the big picture, sea of red. Sea of red. And what I'm looking at is, I'm not trying to catch a falling dagger. I'm going to let this drop. I'm going to let it lie. When I think it hits a bottom, and there are signs that you can start to see that it's starting to hit a bottom. Am I going to be able to call the bottom? No. But will I be able to see the bottom within a range? Yes. Or at least I'm confident that I can. I've done it in the past. I think I can do it again. I think you can too. We'll start to see that bottom, and that's when I'll start to get in. And I don't care if I'm buying at this point and we still go down a little bit. Right? Because like I said, it'll be a range. Buy a little bit, buy a little bit, buy a little bit, buy a little bit. But I'm not buying. I'm not catching a falling dagger, trying to buy on the way down because I think it's going to go up from that point. Nope. I'm going to load up when I think it's hit the bottom. When it hits the bottom, it'll consolidate a little bit. And then I have to look at the time frame as to when it's happening. And then I'll be happy. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. All good. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Let's look at the numbers like this. So when you look at the list, yeah, things are starting to go seriously heavily red. And what I am going to pay attention to, look at the hit that Ethereum took. It was in the 50s yesterday for year to date, wins. Bitcoin is still in the 50s, but Ethereum is down in the 30s. Expecting it to go down a little bit more, frankly. Even BNB coin down a bit. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, that's a $700 coin. I'm going to get in. When I see everything take a hit, and you know what? Maybe tomorrow on Friday Flips, we should go through, tomorrow night on Friday Flips, we should go through, let's say the top, end coins that I think that I'm going to buy into when I figure out what the bottom is or the range of where the bottom should be. That would be interesting. And then you know what? Everybody's telling me I should do bloopers. Do a show about all the mistakes that I've made while being involved in crypto. And believe me, I have to tell you, not all those mistakes were from years ago when I first got started. You can make a mistake at any time. You're slow, you're tired, whatever. You clicked the wrong button, you fat fingered it. You can make a mistake. It's highly possible to make a mistake. That's why I tell people whenever you're doing a trade, small chunks. So if you do make a mistake, you've only risked a small chunk. You keep going like that. And now small chunk size, that's relative to your wallet. That's what I mean. So anyway, what else we have? Yeah, we just a sea of red. Just a sea of red. And I should have paid attention because do you see that number for Toncoin? You see that? We're almost $1 off. We're almost $1 off the mark from just a week ago. So these are the things that, and I've been saying it's falling precipitously. It's falling precipitously. Just to me, I'm like, I don't care because I'm in it for the long haul. Now, down $1, maybe I should have taken some profit, let it come down. But those are my trading wallets, not my HODL wallets. And right now, for me, Toncoin is only in my HODL wallets. And I've disciplined myself to say, well, whatever's in my HODL wallet is going to stay there. Whatever's in my trading wallets, up for grabs, do whatever you want. I don't have any Toncoin in my trading wallets. So the only thing I'm going to do is buy. That's what I'm paying attention to. I think that could double. I think Doge could double. When everything starts going up, I think Doge could double. I think Shiba Inu is gonna have an X factor. I think they're gonna have a GMB X factor. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the notification bell so that you know every time I drop a new video or go live. Also, become a member. There are a lot of things that we have coming over the next couple of weeks that you're gonna be happy about for members and as well as subscribers. If you're a subscriber, you get a little something. And if you're a member, you get a little something. Just saying. We've got things in the works. I think you know what they are. But we'll be making those announcements fairly shortly. I just don't want to make an announcement while there's a big gorilla in the room called the Bitcoin conference. I'm going to wait until that subsides. except for one thing that I promised you guys. We're expecting to be able to have the GMB crypto tracker for sale this week. That's what we're expecting. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Have a good one. Bye-bye.